What's up, everybody? I just want to talk about Kevin McBride, Tyson, Danny Williams, Tyson. I want to talk about Tyson. These are his fights he had in his mid to late 30s when he was basically after the Lennox Lewis loss. Mike Tyson literally became like a 4-round fighter. He knocked out this guy Clifford Etienne back in 2003, and it was a real quick, short fight. Then he goes to fight Danny Williams. Danny Williams was a tough dude, but still really not so well known in the heavyweight division. Nothing, amazing and great about his career. If you look at this fight versus Danny Williams going into the Tyson fight had already, I'm looking at the stats real quick. He already was like, I can't believe how long he continued to fight for, by the way. I mean, he was a good fighter, he was a tough guy, but he was already, it wasn't like he was like a great prospect or someone really that was super, super big. He's from the UK, I believe, and basically, when Danny Williams got in there, he was an underdog, and Mike Tyson was coming off the AT&T knockout, but you could see Tyson hurt him early in the first round, and he couldn't finish him in the first round. He basically blew out all his energy, and by the fourth round, Tyson was tripping on his own feet. He looked fatigued. You could see him going backwards a little bit. When I say tripping on his own feet, I mean he was exhausted. He was basically exhausted, and there's no way he was going to be able to put on the Mike Tyson clip type of show that you're seeing on Instagram and stuff like this now at almost 60. Then he went on to fight Kevin McBride. As you know, we talked about this in prior videos. Kevin McBride was just really an unknown fighter. What many would call a palooka, boxing slang terminology, whatever. But he was just like, let's see if Mike Tyson he should be able to beat this guy. It's another Peter McNeely, a quick free fight versus someone who's not even basically a known fighter, someone that's basically like a part-time fighter. And then Tyson lost again because honestly he was gassed so much, and he didn't want to put in the work or the effort. He became like this 4-round fighter in his late 30s, and of course the passion wasn't there. I love Tyson. I'm not trying to diss Tyson. Love him, huge fan. Still have his shirts, I wear them. But I just think it stinks that he's fighting Jake Paul now, even in what they call an exhibition fight. It's a big joke. I wish the fight would get canceled. You want to know something straight up? I wish it would get canceled. I think that they're hyping it up. I turn on the TV, I see this YouTuber dude, this Jake Paul clown talking like it's a real fight. A dude's fighting almost a 60-year-old, and he's in his 20s, and they try to sell this as some type of real fight. Oh, I'm gonna be there. The reporter saying this is exciting. They don't even watch boxing. It's like a paid promotion. I wouldn't be surprised if Netflix threw some money down to have these guys on. Then Mike Tyson's trying to, of course he needs money. I'm glad he's getting a check because I don't know his finances. I don't know how he spends his money. So, judging by his past, he doesn't. He throws his money down the tubes pretty quick. So maybe he really needs his fight. We don't know. Maybe he really needs his check. It looks like he doesn't. He has other things going on, other types of deals going on. But I just don't want to see him take these headshots, even if it's from Jake Paul. Yeah, sure, the power is the last to go, as you saw with George Foreman versus Michael Moore in boxing history, if you don't know who that was. Well, George Foreman was a great legendary champion for the 70s and the 90s. He steps in the ring in his 40s, rebuilds a career, and he takes on Michael Moore, who has a title, and he beats him, knocks him out. So the power is the last to go, but the bigger joke is that was a real fight. That was a serious fight. Teddy Atlas was in Michael Moore's corner. It was a serious fight for the heavyweight titles. This is not a serious fight, even worse. Mike Tyson has a lot of things he does on camera, on his podcast you can watch. You know what I'm talking about. And that can't be good for the body. I don't know what else he's on as far as looking great and in shape, some type of TRT, whatever. That ain't gonna help you in a fight like this. This kid is 27 years old. I argue that, he's definitely a C- fighter. I argue that a weekend fighter, a guy that's fighting out there, going across the U.S. journeyman, who fights on weekends, could beat Mike Tyson at this point, in a legit fight. Because again, Mike Tyson, look, it's not a diss. Mike Tyson had amazing skill in his prime. He was a phenomenon. He was short, compact. He had a Rocky Marciano type body. Rocky Marciano, 49-0, undefeated heavyweight. He had it all. He's even better, of course, than Rocky Marciano. He was quick. He had superpower. with that speed. He had so much going on for him, and now he's almost 60. Well, are you kidding? Did you watch the Holyfield fight versus that MMA dude? He got touched and he almost fell. It was a joke. They stopped it quick. But this fight, Tyson is probably in better shape than Evander Holyfield, I think, mentally and physically, from what I could tell. But, you know, this fight is just a fake fight, I think. In my opinion, it's a fake fight. I don't think they're going to really go for it, in quotes. And I think it's a real, just for a check, I think it's just sad. It's just something really stinks about this fight. And as a real boxing fan and a Mike Tyson fan from way back, I'd rather not see this happen. I'm not going to watch it, as a matter of fact. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I will definitely watch the replay and the highlights. I'm not going to buy it. I think it's a farce. I think it's a money grab. And I also think if there's real blows being thrown, which there should be, and there's no headgear, even with 16-ounce gloves, you know, for a 60-year-old man who's already taken a lot of shots and has been knocked out many, many times in his youth, I think it's kind of dangerous. Absolutely. I think that people that are letting this thing go on, letting anybody in the ring at his age, Mike Tyson, take real head blows like this, should be ashamed. Seriously. I know it sounds crazy. I don't think that any professional athlete at 58 years old should be allowed, should be sanctioned to be in any type of fight. But of course, money moves mountains. It makes people do weird things. You see people doing odd things for money online all the time. People lying, people doing anything for money. It's just what the world is built on. So unfortunately, this is going to be exploited. It's going to, you have these guys in the ring, and there's an audience for it. I know, you know, many of you might disagree with me, but this is just real talk. I don't think there's any reason why they should be fighting. If you want to go see Mike Tyson, put him in a movie. Someone give him a role, you know. Put him in one of those, you know, with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone type films. You want to see Mike Tyson? Give him an acting job. Give him a commentating job at the top levels. Give him some more work somewhere else, and let's watch him. Let's celebrate him somewhere else. I don't want to watch Mike Tyson in the ring getting hit like this. I'm going to look at the clips because I'm going to be curious. And hopefully he escapes with no type of injuries or head traumas. As for Jake Paul, it's a joke. This dude is up there talking to his interviewer like it's a real fight. I'm listening to it. He's like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm ready. I have better footwork than him. Dude, you're fighting him with no shame. It's disgusting. There's no shame in this guy. Anything for a buck. It's like almost. I would feel like such a fraud going in there fighting almost a 60-year-old guy, talking about it as if it's a real fight, talking about it as if Mike Tyson is 35 again, or even 40. This guy's almost 60 in July on the fight night, 58 years old. You've got to be kidding me. This fight is a disgrace. It's a scam. It's a sham. It's a money grab. No knock on Mike Tyson. Get your money. Do your thing. I hope he gets all that money, knowing that, okay, there is some type of deal behind the scenes where, well, this isn't going to be so serious. It's already an exhibition, so there's red flags all over this fight anyway. You put it in quotes. And they realize they're capitalizing on this Jake Paul following. You know, I guess you got to be 12 years old to follow this guy. It's just so ridiculous. The guy is not a real professional boxer that can be taken seriously. The one fight he has that's not an old man, a senior, or someone from another sport, he gets beat. Tommy Fury beat him straight up. Tommy Fury, if you watch real boxing and you know what you're looking at, is just a C fighter. He's just basically a journeyman type of fighter. And he beat him. The one time he fights someone in his own age range, someone that's not a senior citizen or middle-aged man, he gets beat, of course. So he's going to look for opportunities like this. It's just really weak. And it says a lot about our entertainment today. Like, wow. I can't, it's just really crazy. I think more, I don't know, I just think it's more of like really like 12 to 15-year-olds maybe, or 16-year-olds that are following Jake Paul, that are banking on the social media movement of watching this, or just people under 18 that follow this. I mean, this is crazy. Mike Tyson is just like, I just feel like it's being exploited. His name is being used in a bad way. I know it sounds over the top, but this is just my opinion. I think it's a fake fight. It's a scam. I keep putting these up because I'm pissed off as a boxing fan. I'm really not happy with this, disgruntled times 10. And the more I think about it, the more sickening it gets. The more I see these serious interviews, I get it, Mike Tyson's up there hyping it up too, selling a fight because he's got kids, he's got a family. I get it. He's doing what he has to do. Like I said, I hope behind the scenes it's just something where it's like, okay, this is like straight up, which I lean towards is like wrestling, is the WWE turned boxing. That's why it's exhibition. So why don't they just make a whole division like this, another MMA? It's just get an umbrella like PBC for boxing or something, where they just call this, hey, it's whatever, make up your own name. It's fake. It's it's BBE, boxing best everlasting or something, and you can have like anyone fighting, let's bring back who's next, like I said in the previous video. William Shatner, who is in his 90s now, he played Captain Kirk. Who's Jake Paul fighting next? Who's he gonna fight next after Tyson? What do you think? Holyfield's definitely not getting in there because he had major issues even getting in for a few seconds. You blow when Holyfield goes down. You blow in the wind. Who's Jake Paul going to be looking at next? Well, just think of a big fighter, big boxer names, or old MMA guys that are washed up. That's where this is going until people stand up and stop buying it. If it's a dud on Netflix, then you won't be seeing too many of these at this level. This is unfortunately probably not going to be the case. But anyway, it's another one, and I'm out.